These are the highest probability plays for today. This is the Daily Profit, brought to you by Linemaker Sports. I am Frank with Linemaker Sports. On this show, we're going to go through the highest probability plays for the day, and we're going to work right through it so that way you can be successful when it comes to sports betting. First off, let's talk about yesterday's results. All right, the highest percentage one that we had was Michael King at 76% probability for him to go under 2.5 earned runs. Now, this one was pretty much a zero sweat. All right, through about 6 innings, he didn't even give up 1 run. All right, so that one ended up cashing easily. Now, some of these plays that I've seen in the comments, they are tough to find, just like this one. This one was pretty much at ESPN Bet, and that was it. Sometimes they'll be at all your sports books. Sometimes they'll only be at a couple. That's just the way that it rolls. All right, but yesterday, the highest probability play, 76% chance, and it lived up to that hype because he didn't even give a run up until, he didn't give a run at all for the whole entire game, but through 6 innings, he was completely perfect. All right, now let's get into today. We're still sticking with playoff baseball, all right, because that's pretty much the only thing that's going on right now during the week. Let's start with the pitchers again. All right, we're going to start with Zach Eflin. So Zach Eflin has a 53.5% chance to go under 2.5 earned runs as a whole overall. Now against the top 10 batting, that drops pretty drastically. All right, that goes down to 37.5% of him being able to stay under that 2.5 earned run threshold. So when you see this, and I'm giving you, this probability, and you see a drastic difference here, all right, and then you see like 37% or whatnot, this pretty much means you're either laying off this bet or you possibly could be on the other side, all right, the over 2.5 earned runs here, all right, because that would give you a 63% chance, pretty much, 62.5 in that range, all right, but still, me personally, when I go through all my probabilities, I only play ones that are 70% and above. That's what I usually play, all right, because that's just going to give you the highest opportunity of winning, all right, I don't just bet just to bet. All right, I bet to win. So if you're going to bet the highest probability plays, you're going to have the highest probability to win. All right, so Zach Eflin, really not too much for his earned runs. All right, like I said, you can lay off pretty much all together here. All right, let's go to the next one. Seth Lugo. Seth Lugo now has a 72.72% chance to go under 2.5 runs on a hole. But when he's going against better batting teams, again, we got it dropping pretty drastically here. All right, drops to 54%. So pretty much 50-50 range there. All right, for Seth Lugo. And again, me personally, not one to take 50-50 shots. It's just I don't do that. All right, I like to go with higher probability plays. As you can see, what I showed you guys yesterday, we had a whole list of pitchers and props to go through. All right, but the highest percentage one was the one that was the least sweaty one. All right. Besides, actually, the Corbin Burns matchup, that one was pretty easy too for the under earned runs. I don't think either team scored a run all the way until the 9th inning. But regardless, like I said, you want to focus on highest probability plays. All right. That's why I made this show. This show is to show you exactly on a daily basis exactly what those highest probability plays are going to be. Now, if you want the true highest probability plays that I'm playing each day, make sure you guys go in the description and click the link. All right. Let's get to the next pitcher. Frankie Montas. All right, so 40%. He has pretty much, this is in that range of a 50-50-ish range overall. All right, because he's 50% to under 2.5 earned runs versus the top 10 batting, and he's 40% overall. So it's pretty much 50-50 under over here for him to go 2.5. It's a coin flip. All right, so not much to really work with on that side. All right, the pitchers are a little rough. All right, we got the second day of the playoffs here. Pitchers are a little rough here, all right? We don't have a lights-out play like Michael King last night. All right, let's get to the next one. Next one's going to be Sean Manaea, all right, for the Mets. He's got a 56.25% chance to go under 2.5 earned runs on a hole. Now, when he's playing a better batting team, look what happens. Drops down to 41.66%. All right, so pretty much that's a pretty big difference there, all right? That's giving you in that somewhat 50-50 range, but a little bit lower than that 50-50 range, all right? And the odds are going to correlate with this stuff as well. You got to make sure that when you are looking at these plays, the odds make sense, all right? Because let's just say, for example, you wanted to go take the over on this play. All right, because it gets like a 59% probability on the over 2.5 earned runs. Well, if you go to the over and the over is minus 200, that doesn't correlate with what the percentage of the probability is. So you wouldn't bet that, all right? Because you have to understand, just because you see probabilities doesn't mean that you should go and bet it. You have to have the odds to correlate with it, all right? Because something could have a 90% probability but be minus 1,000. You're not going to go bet that, all right? Because you're not going to make any money, all right? So you have to understand that when it comes down to the probability aspect, make sure the odds are correlating with it as well. Let's get to Joe Musgrove. All right, Joe Musgrove has a 57.89% chance to go under 2.5 earned runs. Now, when he goes against a better batting team, this drops drastically again. This drops to 40%. All right, so what we're seeing from today's pitchers is when they go against teams that are pretty good at batting, it's dropping. All right, mostly they're all dropping with their percentages to go under that 2.5 earned runs threshold. Doesn't mean that you should bet the over. All right, that's not what that means. It just means that it's dropping significantly when they go against better teams that are better at batting. All right, that's just really what it comes down to. So the pitchers throughout today, we're not really finding too much value, right? We're not finding too much value, not like yesterday. All right, so we're not finding too much value here. So what do we do if we can't find value on pitchers? Well, we're going to go elsewhere, right? But let's take one last look at the last pitcher on the slate, which is Max Fried. All right, he has a 55.17% chance to go under 2.5 earned runs. But again, when you're going against a top tier batting squad, that drops to 35.71%. All right, so on the flip side, that'd be 65% for him to go over that 2.5 earned runs. Again, 65%, that's not too bad. All right, that's something to maybe look into a little bit further and see what the odds are on that to be able to see. All right, but my opinion, as we go through the pitchers for today's slate, I don't really see too much value anywhere, all right, on any of these pitchers. I really don't see it. I find the value elsewhere, which we are about to get into. All right, first, let's talk about Manny Machado. Manny Machado has a 62% chance to go under a half a run score, which means he just has to cross the plate. All right, if he crosses the plate, then you lose that bet. If he doesn't cross the plate, you win that bet. He is currently batting not 0.63 against Fried. All right, so he's, I think it was like, if I'm not being mistaken, it was like 17 at bats. He only has one hit. All right, he has like one hit on 17 at bats. So he does not hit well against Fried, and the only way he should be getting on base is if he's walked. All right, so he has a 62% chance to not cross the plate, which is still a lower percentage there. All right, that's still a bit lower than what I'd like, because the odds on him, and I haven't even checked them yet, the odds, but the odds on this would probably, I would say, be around minus 150 to minus 170. Usually, that's what they hover around for a run scored prop. All right, so again, you got to do your due diligence, because I'm giving you the recipe here, but you got to go and see the odds as well. All right, because the odds are going to change throughout the day. So I can't just pop off and give you guys odds because they might change. All right, but 62% chance for Manny Machado to not cross the plate tonight. Now let's talk about some hitters here. All right, we got Starling Marte. He has a 67% chance to get a hit. And Marte is batting .625 against Montas. That's pretty impressive, actually. All right, that's pretty impressive. .625 against a pitcher in the majors is pretty impressive. 67% shot at getting that as well. Not too bad. Now, he doesn't bat up in the lineup. He's somewhat middle pack in the lineup. So, you know, he could get at least 4 ABs. He should get at least 4 ABs, but he's not going to be at the top to where he has the opportunity to get 5 at-bats. All right, that's the only disadvantage of betting a batter that's in the middle or towards the bottom of the lineup, is they might not get an extra at-bat to where the top of the lineup could. All right, that's pretty big when you're looking at hits when it comes to baseball. So pay attention to that stuff as well, because it is very important. All right, now let's get to the highest probability for today. The one that actually makes sense is going to be Marcell Ozuna. All right, Marcell Ozuna has a 75.3% chance to get a hit tonight. All right, he is batting .353 versus Musgrove. All right, that's not Starling Marte numbers, 625, but .353 is still very solid as well. All right, and I think our Ozuna actually has more ABs versus this pitcher than Marte does, all right, against Montas. So, bigger sample size. But .353 is still nothing to sneeze at. All right, so 75.3% chance for Marcell Ozuna to get a hit. Like I said, as we rolled through everything, there wasn't too much, value in a lot of the pitchers. I mean, let's go through again. We got 37% chance for Zach Eflin under 2.5 earned runs. On the flip side, for him to go over, that's like 62.5. Still not really too impressive. Let's go to Seth Lugo. Seth Lugo's 50-50 pretty much. Frankie Montas, same thing, about pretty much 50-50 shot for the over-under 2.5 earned runs. Sean Manaea, a little bit under that 50-50 mark, all right, for 2.5 earned runs. And Joe Musgrove, not too good. He's 40% against teams that bat well, so not too much there. Same thing Max Fried. Max Fried drops at 35% when he's going against better batting teams. All right, so not too much there for the pitchers. We got Manny Machado, a chance for him to not cross the plate. The only thing with him is he does bat up in the lineup. All right, so he has a chance to maybe get 5 at-bats if the Padres have a decent hitting night. So that's the only downside to Manny Machado's crossing the plate. All right, Starling Marte, again, this is a guy where doesn't bat up in the lineup, so maybe doesn't get 5 ABs, maybe does. He's kind of middle pack, so it kind of depends. All right, but he is, batting .625 against the starting pitcher on the other side, and he has a 67% shot. But Marcell Ozuna, 75.3% chance to get a hit. All right, and they definitely probably need to get some hits tonight in this game. All right, so that is what we're looking at for today. All right, we got playoff baseball. We'll keep rolling with that. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be doing this stuff every single day, showing you guys exactly, the highest probability plays day in and day out. So that way you guys could be successful, because that's what it really comes down to. It comes down to everybody watching. As long as you guys want to be successful, all you got to do is listen to what I tell you on a daily basis. Watch the videos, watch everything, all right? Because you guys will learn exactly what it takes to actually be profitable instead of donating your money and just giving your money away to sports books every single day and every single week. All right? As always, guys, this is the Daily Profit Show. I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I will see you guys tomorrow. Till then, I'm out.